We'll look at some featured collections in Los Angeles. When I click on Los Angeles, the first thing I'll see are a series of historical maps, in fact 25 in all, starting from 1784 and going through the 19th and 20th centuries. Let's click the 1784 to 1846 Spanish and Mexican land grants map on, and we'll need to zoom out a little bit in order to see the full extent of this map. Now I'll go to the collection list. Under Collections, we'll look at the public collections, and we'll look for HyPhi, which stands for Historic Filipino Town. Here we'll see a number of maps as well as documentary evidence about the history of this region. I'm interested right now in the HyPhi student videos. We'll go ahead and open this collection up, and we'll turn a couple of these videos on. Let's look at one of these videos in narrative view. These videos were produced by immigrant youth who came over from the Philippines and now live within LA's historic Filipino town. They document the transition between their lives at home and their lives here in the United States.
Hi, my name is Charlene Dan G. Pasqua. I go to Belmont High School as a junior and I'm 17 years old. But some people call me Diane. I live in Navotas, Manila, Philippines. The life to be in the Philippines is really fun because I have a big family there and my mom's side, my father's side. So we gather each other and then we eat same time, all of us at the table.
We'll leave this video available, and we'll also leave other student videos also available, but we're going to turn on an academic publication now. Called Ghost Metropolis. Let's make sure these stay on. And we'll go up to the featured collections. Ghost Metropolis. Make the narrative view slightly broader so that we can read it easily. And what we have here is a publication or a digital companion to a publication called Ghost Metropolis, Los Angeles Since 13,000 Years Before the Present by Professor Phil Ethington from USC. This digital publication is a global history of LA presented as a network of spatial narratives. It's a global atlas for the 21st century that uses mapping, geography, historical, and other cultural evidence to understand the various regional regimes that have come to occupy the region that we know to be Los Angeles. As you go through Ethington's publication, what you see are a series of what he calls regional regimes that have ruled the area, starting from the Clovis conquest and the megafaunal extinction 13,000 years ago, and going up through the Spanish Franciscan theocracy, and ending with the U.S. global military-industrial complex in the post-World War II era. In each case, what Ethington produces is a narrative that documents the global and also the local history of LA and the various ways in which the landscape and the area has been conquered and reformed based on each individual ruling regime. To get a sense about this project, one actually has to zoom in to the maps pretty far in order to see the specificity that Ethington is arguing. Here, he's showing a relationship between the movie industry and the global military-industrial complex in the period between 1940 and 1992. In this case, he also has a historical map on, which is a 1920s USGS topographical map, which has an extraordinary amount of detail showing how the landscape has been formed and reformed over the 20th century. Ethington uses this as a base map in order to understand his historical analysis that looks at economic, political, racial, ethnic, military, and other types of issues that have impacted the form and formulation of Los Angeles. Significantly, we still also have the student videos up. These are not part of Ethington's narrative, but are in fact simply available to us as a way of enhancing and also intersecting in some ways with what Ethington is saying about many of the same areas. In this particular one, we have a video produced by a student in historic Filipino town documenting his own life, called Anthem.
My name is Angelo Bernardo. I'm 19 years old. My nickname is Manok. When I was, I think, in the...
I can watch this video and also read Ethington's narrative, and I begin to understand something about the complex, many-layered histories that exist in LA. Ethington's able to provide us with a global, and in some ways also a local history of LA, but it's further enhanced upon seeing the student videos and other publications that people have produced in the greater public that document many of the same areas and try to come to terms with the same history and the same geography that Ethington's concerned with. The beauty of HyperCities is the fact that these collections coexist and intermingle with one another